Hello, my name's Alexis and today we are doing a first impression on the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. Now I say first impression with air quotes because I have tried this foundation before almost a year ago, but the shade that I was matched to was horribly wrong. So after I used up that sample, I just never bothered getting color matched again, and I tried out different foundations and just did other things, but this foundation's been on my mind lately, so I decided to do my own research on what color I would be and try out this foundation again. So I have this shade Santa Fe, which hopefully will match. I used the Sephora Color IQ thing on their website to match with my Estee Lauder Double Wear, and this is the shade that came up, so it should match, but who knows? We'll see. So I'm going to do everything that I would normally do with any other foundation. So I'm going to prime with my Hourglass primer, and I'm not going to do that thing, obviously, where you only prime half your face. I understand why people do that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do my whole entire face. So that's on, and you can see that I have some spots and some discoloration, and this is supposed to be a full coverage foundation. From what I remember when I tried it the last time, it was very full coverage, but I don't know if it looked very full coverage because of the shade being so wrong, or if it was a technique I was using. I have no idea. I'm using a different brush than when I first tried this out, so who knows what'll happen. Who knows? So I'm using my regular Sigma F80, and I'm just gonna put this on. This foundation is so wet and runny. I kind of hate it, but it's different when it's in the little sample container rather than in the actual foundation bottle. And I've just kind of dipped my brush into the top of the sample bottle also. And I'm just gonna buff it in. So I've blended in really well and the color seems to match, but it's definitely not full coverage. So I think it's the brush. And I'm gonna try another brush. This is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Okay, so I built it up to about medium. I would say it is luminous. It's kind of, you can see it, it's kind of glowy. But it's not full coverage. I'm just taking a little bit on my finger and just tapping it, if I can pick it up. Tapping it like where I want a little extra coverage, which is on like these dark spots, breakouts, all that fun stuff. So there's the foundation on. It's medium coverage. It's not as full as I remember it being, but it's definitely luminous and it is buildable. And this color is still a little too dark for me. What the heck? I don't really care, I guess. So I'm gonna continue doing what I would normally do. So concealer to highlight, setting under my eyes with the Mercier Translucent Loose Powder. And I'm also going to set the entirety of my face, again, like I normally would. So I powdered, but you can still see it's still glowy and still luminous. So if you are oily, you could still set this all over and not lose like that nice glow that this foundation has to it. So I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back. So I already have my makeup done. This tutorial already went up and I'll have it linked in the description down below. The foundation looks really good. Like, it still looks glowy. I put highlighter on top of it, but it still looked glowy even before I put the highlighter on it. I just have bad pores for foundation in general. So I'm not going to say it's exaggerating my pores, but I see them. But I think it's just my skin and it's not the product's fault. So we're going to see how well this holds up today. I don't know what time it is currently. I will put it somewhere on the screen when I figure out what time it is, and then I will check in with you later. I just came outside so you can see what the foundation looks like in, what the heck was that? In natural daylight. So this is what it looks like. I am blind, so I can't see what it looks like in the viewfinder, so y'all can tell me, but this is what it looks like in the sun. The sun's very bright today. I'm back with an update. It's been about 5.5 hours since I've had this foundation on. I need a mirror. And I'm not really into it, to be honest with you. I like the glow, but it's kind of settled into like my smile lines, which doesn't happen with any other foundation when I prime. It's settled into like all these pores or something that I have up on my top lip, and it's very strange, and it's just kind of like, it looks like cakey around here, the creases of my nose. It just all in all doesn't look very good. So I mean, I'm gonna give it a meh. It's not really, I don't like it as much as I did when I first tried it. I think maybe because the color was so much darker the first time I tried it, it kind of hid all of those imperfections. I couldn't really see them because the color didn't look right to begin with. So I'm gonna say no and move on to something else with this foundation. For me, it doesn't give me the coverage that I want to begin with, so I had to build it up. And these pores right here do not look good at all. So I'm gonna move on to something else. So that was my first impression of the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All the links to all my social media will be down in the description, so check me out there. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!